Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This reading is going to be for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. This is going to be your rest of May message. I know we're in the final week of May. I'm running super late with these messages. Obviously, it will carry over into June, and for June, I'm probably only going to do one message per sign. We'll see. So Aquarius, we have the Strength card here showing at the bottom of the deck. I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot. This is actually your sister sign, Leo, okay? Or you might have Leo in your chart. You might be dealing with a fire sign, especially as we're seeing the Seven of Wands as I cut the deck there. Someone may be in a little bit of a guarded or defensive position. You know, may or may not be warranted. We'll see. Four of Wands, that is talking about perhaps moving into some type of commitment, okay? Sometimes this card can indicate engagement, marriage, establishing some type of, firm foundation in a business or in a work role, something like that, okay? Perhaps stepping into some type of leadership role. It does feel like it might be work related or like there's work going on or work required. Chariot card, Cancer energy. We are in Gemini season now. We'll be going into Cancer season. Some of you may be relocating. Let's see what your messages are. Aquarius, I'm doing a Celtic cross. I haven't done this before on the channel. The Lovers, so definitely could be in a soulmate connection. Okay, for some people, this is I don't really do twin flame stuff, but the twin flame card, right? Could be dealing with another air sign. This would be Gemini, okay? And again, we are in Gemini season. If this message resonates with you as well, you may want to check out, I did a new moon in Gemini reading. We'll see what else comes out in your reading, but I did a new moon in Gemini reading, I think yesterday. The new moon was a few days ago, but I did the reading yesterday. And we also, Venus is currently retrograde in the sign of Gemini. Okay, so with this Gemini energy coming up at the forefront, you may just want to look into that, especially if you're dealing with a Gemini or have any Gemini placements yourself. But yeah, okay, let's move on. What's crossing you here? Okay, the Devil card. So Capricorn energy, okay, could definitely be dealing with someone who has both Gemini and Capricorn in their chart, okay? Earth energy here with the Devil crossing, it's almost like, again, because it felt like there was work required, okay? So if this isn't a connection, it's almost like you guys are working on peeling back like the layers of I'm not trying to make this sound bad, but it's almost like the Devil energy. It can be like negative or toxic things, perhaps ways of thinking, behavior. It feels like they're like vestiges of the past, okay, and like maybe certain things that we might do, passive aggressive, defensive sort of things, right, to like protect ourselves, to guard our hearts, but that really get in the way of a proper connection, right? I also feel like one person in particular could really be dealing with some devils, like internal devils, and I just mean that to say like, perhaps they have some type of addiction issue, or again, it's like, perhaps they struggle with, not that that's like devilish energy, but almost like, maybe they struggle with like negative or depressive thinking a lot. Something that is restricting them or restricting this connection. Let's see what's coming up in the past. The Five of Wands, yeah. So again, it's like from the past, there's a lot of this conflict, right? Could have also been like competition, right? Other people or just other sort of commitments, engagements. Again, there's a strong energy of work here, whether this is like a work specifically related reading with the Lovers card. I'm getting a little bit less of that, but it could be, right? Like again, like a soulmate connection through like a business partnership or someone a friend or a coworker kind of thing, feels more love related. But again, it's like in the past, there was this conflict either in another connection or in multiple connections, or again, around work. At the bottom of the reading is the Two of Cups. I love this. Okay, so clearly we're probably talking about a romantic connection or union here, okay, with the Lovers, and now we have the Two of Cups. Water energy, Pisces in particular, right, again, is another indication of a soulmate connection, okay? And you have both of those cards coming up in the upright in your present energy. Again, it's being crossed, especially the Lovers card here, with this Devil energy, so it does feel like there's you know, sort of just like things y'all are working out, or again, it's like one person in the connection in particular is dealing with some things here, okay? Crowning the reading is the Four of Pentacles. So especially, I feel like if this is two things off of this, right? If this is mostly just talking about one individual, again, I'm getting in a connection, but if it's mostly focused on one person sort of dealing with issues, it's almost like this person is holding back a little bit, okay? I'm getting a little bit of like fear and hesitancy around this. Again, this Four of Pentacles, it feels tied to like past experiences, Five of Wands, perhaps past experiences where they had to deal with a lot of conflict. They might have lost a lot, including monetarily, right here with the Four of Pentacles. So they may be just like holding back, okay? They may be holding back their emotions or from really just investing fully into this relationship. Remember, we did see that Chariot card, so this could be about, you know, a couple talking about moving in, and perhaps one person is a little bit hesitant about that. Additionally, if this is about the connection, okay, we have another four here. So working towards building this foundation, perhaps again, even saving for some kind of move, but it does feel like there's like a little bit of like an energy of needing to conserve or sort of just restrict, okay? And I'm being drawn back to the Strength card that we saw at the beginning of the reading. I didn't point this out then, but those of you who are familiar with tarot, you know that a typical representation of the Strength shows like a woman, right? And we all have masculine and feminine energy, so don't go based off of the gender of the card, but shows like a woman taming usually like a large beast, like a lion, right? And so this, again, to me, that's about having strength, but it's almost like a very quiet strength, right? It's not this Five of Wands, boisterous, kind of in your face energy. It's a more restricted strength, right? To, you know, perhaps to really deal with some devilish issues again, or again, to like work through issues together to work on building a firm foundation going forward, okay? Coming up is the Two of Pentacles. Wait a minute. Who else got this? Was it Taurus? I can't remember, but I've only filmed a few of the signs so far, I think. It's been so spread out. I can't really... Oh, wait, I have my list right here. Libra, Leo, Taurus, and Cancer. I have filmed so far. And this card, this Two of Pentacles, came up... I want to say it was one of the ones I did yesterday. So it's either Taurus or it's Cancer, okay? If you are dealing with a Taurus or a Cancer, or you have those in your charts, okay? So you may want to check that out. But yeah, needing to make some kind of decision. Again, we did see that Chariot energy, so it could be about making a move. Again, someone else here may be deciding like, okay, is this something I want to work on and like work through? Because again, it does feel like there are past issues here that require, you know, who knows, but like it just requires a lot of self-work is what I'm going to say. For some people, that might include things like counseling. For other people, you know, if it's like some... Again, could be like some kind of addiction, could be like going to treatment, right? Making a decision here. This is not a sustainable energy. You can't stay in Two of Pentacles for long. So Aquarius, whether this is you or someone you're dealing with, it does feel like a decision is on the horizon, okay? Possibly in the next, or not like a decision, but almost like it will be clear, like, is this person really working through these issues or not? And are we really working on this connection or not? Like, are we going to take that next step forward? Okay. Feels like it's happening imminently, right? So in the next, I don't want to say days, but we'll say weeks to months. Okay. And I don't usually include like any sort of timing around readings, but if that resonates, and we'll see, then that resonates. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we have. Temperance in reverse. Okay. So this is fire energy, Sagittarius energy. I feel like, again, this is related to the past, okay? So Aquarius, this might be you, or again, it could be someone that you're dealing with, okay? Especially if they also have fire in their chart. So right now we have air, well, we have everything actually. But yeah, anyway, I digress. This is talking, there's currently an imbalance, okay? Either, again, within someone, like their psyche, their internal psyche, again, it feels like could be even like childhood related issues, okay? Or in a connection, okay? And it's very interesting. And I almost put that back in the upright because it's like, you will get there, right? Because to me, it's almost like mirroring this Two of Pentacles energy, that juggling energy, needing to make a decision. I feel like as we move through, and this is a collective message, right? As we move through Gemini to Cancer season, collectively, it just feels like there's this balance coming into play in terms of, and I've said this in several of the other videos, this balance of air energy, like logic, and your heart space, okay? And that's a little bit of what I'm getting off of this Temperance card as well, that it's like that is still sort of in transit, in progress, okay? Again, could be playing out more specifically like in a situation or on a more individual level, likely both, right? Because nothing really happens in a vacuum, but that's the energy that I'm picking up here. There feels like there's like a disturbance or an imbalance, okay? Especially I'm feeling like around the heart space, okay? And again, it's like maybe there's a lot of sort of mental rumination or being in your mind. Again, could be more so one person over the other, or both people, right, about this connection, about where it's going, and less focusing on, you know, the heart space and the love and the passion. And again, it's like there's a decision that's being required here about what you're going to choose or what this other person is going to choose, right? And the environment is the Knight of Swords. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. This is that mental sort of imprisonment and that rumination in the coming up in the environment, right? So that's saying that's like the energy surrounding you right now, okay? And it's interesting because it's like it makes sense coming up with the devil energy crossing the reading, right? That someone might be worried about whether, you know, their past issues are going to, you know, whether they'll be able to get over them, or whether, you know, past issues are going to get in the way of this future whatever, okay? What I do like seeing is that the Nine of Swords is coming up in reverse. So like I was saying just before, it's like you're in this mental, or y'all are in this mental headspace right now, but you're gonna come out of it, okay? With that Nine of Swords reverse. It's like you're, you know, it's almost like I'm hearing the phrase like worry is a wish for what you don't want. It's almost like you, or again, the other person, or both of you are just going to sort of realize like, if I keep worrying that, you know, I'm going to not get what I want, or that I'm going to have a similar, you know, experiences that I've had in the past, that's the outcome that I'm going to garner, right? Because that's how the law of attraction and how manifestation works. So it's almost like you're psyching yourself out, but again, there's help coming in here from the heart space, from the heart center, from the love, right? Which might be why that Two of Cups is also grounding the reading, okay? You also have 2 2s here, so definitely this is talking about some kind of partnership, and we've already said that, right, with the Lovers, but also there is decision making and movement making energy at play here as well with those 2s, okay? 6 of Swords, another indicator of movement. This is the hopes and fears card, okay? So it's like you want to move forward with this, right? You want to, or again, you or someone you're dealing with wants to move out of this past conflict energy with the 5 of Wands, and this is like moving from choppy waters to clear waters, right, into smoother waters. Can also again talk about literal relocation or travel, perhaps overseas. Obviously all of that's very much so up in the air right now with everything going on, but it does feel like that will be happening eventually. And I feel like, did we vaguely pick up on that in another reading of yours, like a couple perhaps traveling, something like that, okay? Or again, like moving in together, that kind of energy. Let's see what your outcome is. The Moon. So who knows? No, I'm kidding. I just feel like this is, you know, to me, this is actually tied to that Temperance card coming up there in the reverse. Obviously, we all have free will, right? And we all have our each individual own devils, right? Some small, some large, and we all deal with them in different sort of ways. So I feel like this is sort of the universe's way of telling you, like, you know, one, there is a little bit of an element that is unknown, right? We can't actually know what someone else is thinking, right? We can only go off of what they say. We can only go off of what they show us, right, through their actions. And I feel like, again, there is movement or a decision and an action coming up, one direction or another. There's a little bit of mystery around it. I know that y'all don't really like that when it ends like that, so let me see if I can get a clarifier. But the other part of the message when I see the Moon card oftentimes is like, you know, there's part of life is allowing that mystery of the magic to occur as well. The only other thing I'm getting, and this is for a few of you, and again, I'm picking this up, this was like energy that we picked up on in a past reading is a possible pregnancy, okay? As far as time, I don't really have a time. It's just like some time in the future. Clarify the moon card. Hold on. I almost want it to come out. Clarify the moon. Too many. Clarify the moon. Okay, we have the 5 of Cups reverse. Okay, so again, focusing, right? Because 5 of Cups energy is focusing on the spilled cups of the past. What did not work, right? And you see that person's energy is really there right now, okay? Really, whether this is you or someone you're dealing with or both of you in the connection, really, you know, really evaluating the past, shall we say. But here is the 2 of Cups again, okay? So, and this is interesting because 2 of Cups, which is what I'm getting off of that 5 of Cups reverse, it's like that is where this is heading, right? That is Pisces energy, like I mentioned before, as is the moon card, okay? So in terms of, you know, obviously this will just apply for a handful of people, but I do feel like if there is a possible like conception and a possible pregnancy in the future, it's possible this child will be like a water sign, okay? Pisces, and I'm also getting like Cancer, obviously like next year or even beyond that, right? Okay, cool. Aquarius, let me get your Psychic Tarot card and then we'll close out the reading. I just saw a lot more fire energy as I was putting the deck down too, so I just want to talk about that quickly. That's kind of why I paused. I saw the 9 of Rods, okay? So more fire energy, but it's a guarded, it's a defensive energy. Again, feels like it's related to past issues. Someone's just being very defensive, very guarded. Again, very much so in their head and their thoughts about ways that they were sort of betrayed or issues that they had in the past that have betrayed them. And then I saw the 3 of Wands at the bottom of the deck, which is to say that is the wish manifestation and the ships coming in card, so to speak, okay? And I do feel like now I'm just getting weird, but, you know, if you think about it, like I think if, okay, well, let's just put it this way. For that, like, really sort of side instance that I was talking about in terms of pregnancy, if you were to have a Pisces baby in 2021, they would actually be conceived quite soon. If you were to have a Cancer baby, they would be conceived in 3 months. That is a message for like maybe one person, you know, maybe, I don't know. But again, I don't really like to do timing sort of things, but that message just came to me, okay? So if it does happen, do come back and let me know. All right, Spirit, what are the Psychic Tarot messages for Aquarius? If I sound a little stuffy, it's allergies. Okay, no. One card. What are the messages for Aquarius? Decks are really trying to talk this morning. Okay, still too many. Why do we have so many cards coming out? If this happens again, we'll just have to go with it. Maybe they're trying to tell me to take 3 cards from this deck with that 3 of Wands. Okay, there we go. Material harvest. It's also with the red border here, this talks about material, tangible changes happening in your environment, okay? So moving into a state of abundance, again, perhaps, in fact, relocating, moving in, that kind of energy, okay? Let's read for this card, and then we'll close out your reading. You also have the number 9 here. 9 talks about completions and new beginnings. I feel like this is the end of karmic cycles, okay? Again, whether they had to do with, you know, conflicts and issues and competition and relationships, friendships, family dynamics, right? Or whether this has to do with sort of internal demons that someone or several people are fighting, okay? It says, one of the laws of the universe is what you sow, you reap. This card states that this is your time to reap the harvest you've worked for and so rightly deserve. This last physical card denotes self-mastery, self-sufficiency, independence, security, and the art of enjoying what you strive for. It's interesting because it's very akin to that Temperance in reverse and the 9 of Swords in reverse energy that we were talking about. It says, you've done the hard work, learned the lessons along the way, and use them to prosper in all areas of your life. The number 9 also means endings. Not that good fortune necessarily stops, but do honor yourself as you finish up to celebrate the completion of projects. This would be the perfect time to look ahead and use the wisdom you've gained to think about what else you want to achieve. Consider smart investments and ponder ideas that show profitable potential. Congratulations on your success. You've earned it. So yeah, some of you may even be getting some type of recognition, or again, some kind of up leveling with regard to work, because there were a lot of fire, wands energy, work related energy that came up in the reading. But again, it does feel like this reading is talking about a connection, okay, or connections rather, and that there's also just a lot of work required in the connection, or work that individuals are doing on themselves. Okay, Aquarius, so that was a rather long reading for you guys. If this reading did resonate, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so through my website. The link's down below. I also have a newsletter that you can subscribe to. Again, the link is down below. And I co-host a podcast called The Self-Care Kickback, available on Apple, iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, and Anchor. It is a self-care and spirituality focused show. If that's something that interests you, do check it out. Thank you again so much for watching, Aquarius, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye.